Do you consider yourself famous?
Not really. Like, when I look at myself, I'm like, I'm just Bree or I'm just LeftCheek. But then when I go out in public and see how like people react to me, and like I can't go out in public that by myself that much, or I can't go out in public with just me and my kids because how people react to me, I'm like, okay, yeah, there's to a certain extent of famous.
Even though it's just to a certain extent, what's been the best part of that?
I guess gaining all the different fans and like seeing how my life like inspires them or like other little people or single moms or like independent moms with just whatever they have going on and like getting their feedback from that. Because like a lot of people, they'll write me long messages of how I inspire them and everything. And then with my kids, like they're like, oh my God, I love them.
Have any of those messages really got to you to the point where you get emotional or you tear up?
When like younger kids do it, like teenagers or something, like they'll write me, or like if I go through something that was on like TV, I think it was with like Emily and stuff when she lost her baby, like people write the long messages and it was like heartwarming.
And on the opposite end of the spectrum, and you may have answered it here already, I don't know, but I was going to ask you what's the worst part of it, and I don't know if it's just being limited by yourself outside in public or, you know, being with your kids out in public. I don't know if that answer fits this question, or maybe you have a totally different answer. But what's the worst part of that being, feeling famous or being famous, the extent of that?
I guess the worst part is like I can't go out and just be normal. Like I can't just go out to the grocery store. I can't just go out to eat because like a lot of people they like get so excited that they're just around me. Like they'll swarm around me or like they'll have the phone already or like with my kids like they'll just go right up to them without even acknowledging me or their dad. So I'm just like, okay, it's a little much.
Even though it's to a certain extent, right? You don't consider yourself full-blown famous, but even the extent that you do acknowledge, is that a skill? So is being famous, even to a certain extent, a skill in that of itself?
Yeah.
Because I imagine there are people that are really good with it, taking pictures, being seen in public, and maybe some people that aren't so good with it. They don't handle it very well. You know, maybe they have a bad attitude when it comes to certain things or doing certain things or being asked to do certain things. So just curious if that's a skill in it of itself.
Yeah, because like you even like what people say and stuff like, or how they react to you in public, you have to know how to react to that, but react to it in a certain way and not just overboard. Because some people they act crazy. Like they'll either try and like one time like someone tried to just walk up to me and just pick me up without even asking or saying anything.
How did that make you feel? How did you handle that situation?
I yelled at him and told him to put me down. But then that's when it was just like me and somebody else at the time, but it was just us. So it's like, dang, like sometimes I think about needing security or like someone else with me that will like know. But then other times I'm just like, okay, well, I feel like I can go out there and just be normal.
Now, did these type of things, like somebody just picking you up, did that happen after you're on television? Like, would these kind of things happen even before television just being your size?
Yeah.
Okay.
It happened before too, like, because we used to be like entertainers. Like we would do like music videos or like we would do like hosting and stuff. So we already had like our name and I already had LeftCheek. So like they knew us from there. But then also being a little person and a woman, it's like you just get different attention.
Is that stuff scary to you?
A little bit, because I'm like, I'm only 3'11", so I can only do so much. But then that's why I always have like someone with me.
Now, what about this? When it comes to fame, and again, you acknowledge you feel it to a certain extent. Is that something you wanted growing up? Did you want fame?
Growing up, I just wanted like, I think I was like, wanted to be in music videos. because I always saw like the girls in the music videos. But then it started to be like the clubs and stuff, and then we saw the attention that we were getting, and then it just flowed into like entertainment and then TV and all the other things.
Because I imagine here that there are some people out there that grow up and want that. They want to be famous. They want that attention. And there's some people, once they receive that, it is what they wanted. It is what they expected, and they're getting what they wished for and dreamed of. But I also imagine, too, that there's people that may have wanted that, and once they receive it, they don't like it.
And they don't know how to handle it. Especially, like, because I feel like nowadays everything tries to, like, go viral. Like, that's what they really wanted to go viral, just to be famous like that. But then some, like, don't know how to handle it, and then others, they keep wanting more.
So for you, the attention that you have received thus far, the fame to a certain extent, was it what you thought it would be? Was it what you wanted it to be, or no?
I didn't think it would be this big, where it's at right now, but I want more, like, to keep going.
You're comfortable to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Even though there are some portions that can be scary, like a stranger just picking you up, you're still willing to deal with things like that a little bit farther.
Yeah. To deal with it, I would just have to change my ways, like either get security or have people around me. Like, I'll never go out in the world by myself anymore. I'll always have someone with me, just so in case any of that happens again.
Now, it's one thing for people to see you on television, see pictures of you on social media, maybe your appearances in music videos and things of that nature. It's another for people to see you in real life. What's the reaction you receive in real life?
A lot of reactions. Very different reactions, from some people being scared of me, some just don't know what they saw when they walked past me, others like amazed by me, and then some guys have fetishes, so they're just like, I just get every little bit of everything.
When it comes to your size and people actually see you in person, do they think you're taller in person or shorter in person?
I don't know. I haven't really got that feedback.
And what about this? When people also see you in person, have you heard people say, oh, you look thicker in person, or you look thinner in person?
Thicker in person, yeah.
What type of place do you get recognized the most these days? Not city, but location. Like, for example, a mall, an airport, grocery store, gas station. I mean, there's movie theater. What location do you get recognized the most at this point?
The most would be like probably like clubs or like events and stuff.
Have you ever played it off when somebody recognizes you?
Sometimes, if I don't want to be like bothered, I either know, because like people, like if they're in a group and they see me and like they start whispering and start reacting, like I'll just try and get out of there. Or like I know that they noticed me and they know who I am, I'll try and go somewhere else.
Ever felt bad about that?
Yeah, because I know what it's like to like fangirl over somebody like famous. So I'm just like, damn. But sometimes it's just too much. And people have to realize, like, this is my life. Like, I'm like y'all, but not really, but kinda.
What about when it comes to people wanting pictures? Have you ever denied a picture?
Yeah. If I'm busy doing something, or like if I have to go, or like it's a lot of people, I like cut it down and be like, okay, hurry up. Or if I'm out with my kids, I'll be like, okay, like hurry up. It was really bad at like, what was it, South by Southwest? Oh man. Every time we go, I'm like, make sure we have like 10 people, because I want to be in the middle and y'all form a circle around me. Because that place, I love it there, but it's just so crazy. If I stop and took pictures of everybody, I'll be on the streets all night.
And also, too, when it comes to denying a picture, ever felt bad about that?
Yeah. We were I forget who I was with, but we were rushing one time, and it was a little girl, and I felt so bad, but I was like, we just had to go.
Now, before the pandemic, before COVID-19, when you were under the weather, would you still take pictures with people? If you weren't feeling well, would you still take pictures of people?
Depending on how I was feeling. If it was like really bad, then no.
And what about if you're out of the house, you're in public, but maybe you're just not looking like yourself? Maybe your hair's not how it
Nope,
is
I
on
take
TV.
pictures however I look, because
Okay.
y'all just gonna get the real me. Sometimes I step out the house, I'm like, dang, I look a little ratchet, but hey, we're gonna go to the grocery store or go wherever.
Strangest place you've been asked to take a photo?
Strangest place?
Yeah. Can't believe somebody asked you for a photo right then and there.
The girls in the bathroom.
How do you handle that?
I usually tell them like we'll like go over towards like the mirror or something, but we'll all just be right there. And it was over on like the side of the sink.
Has anyone asked you while you're in a stall using the restroom for a picture? Or
No,
they
but
just...
if the girl knew I went into the bathroom and she was like, I knew she went in here. And then I was like, I'm in here. And then she was like, I'm waiting for you right here. She stood right by the stall.
Was that awkward?
Not kind of, but not really.
Now, what about this? On the opposite end of the spectrum, has a celebrity, famous person, well-known person ever denied you for a picture? Even if this was something even in the past, maybe before you were on television or...
I'm trying to think, because I like met a lot of them. But I don't know if they... No, I don't think they ever did.
Now, what are the rules? What are the guidelines for somebody when they want to take a photo with you?
Don't touch me too much. Because a lot of people, like, they like to come down and, like, hover over me or, like, put their whole arm over me. And I'm just like, dang, like, just take the regular picture.
Do you like when people stand up as they are when they take a picture with you? Do you like when they crouch down and take a picture with you?
I mean, it really is up to them. I don't really care about it. But, like, I know some people, whenever they stand up, they're like, whoa, I kind of feel awkward. And I'm like, well, I'm the short one. But if you want to squat down, you can. Or, like, some guys, whenever they try to take a picture, like, they'll try and, like, squat, but then swipe their hand, like, right here. And I'm like, okay, no, we're taking a picture. That's it.
You think they're doing that on purpose? Or?
Yes.
Oh. Does that happen? Are people trying to grab a cheek? Are they trying to feel up on you?
Yeah. Because a lot of guys, like, whenever they see, I guess, little people, or just whenever they see me, it's just like their whole, like, face and world just change. It's like it just lights up. And I see that, I'm like, okay, oh, geez. Like, I already know what you're thinking. Like, stop.
And I'm assuming you don't like that.
No, okay, it just bothers me because, like, I already, like, just by their facial expression, I already know. So I'm just like.
What's the best way for someone to ask you for a photo?
Just, can I take a picture with you? Can we take a picture? Sometimes whenever I'm out in public, they'll, like, call me by my real name. They're like, hey, Bree. And I feel like I know them, so I'm, like, looking, and then they're coming up and asking for a picture. I'm like, dang.
They got you.
Yes.
And as you get more popular, as you get more successful, as you make more money, and you climb that ladder, how do you deal with friends and family asking for money?
The type of person that I am, like, I like to help people. And if they would, I would give it to them. Like, if I have it, I'll give it to you. Especially, like, family or close friends.
Have people ever taken advantage of that?
No, not really.
Okay. Ever told somebody no?
Yeah.
What was the response to that?
I mean, they understood, but they still were like, you're kind of famous. You got money, so.
Were things awkward with this person after that?
No.
Ever had to cut somebody off because of this? Asking you for money?
No.
Family or friend?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I've heard some horror stories, so.
Yeah, I feel like it could be like that sometimes.